this would be scandalous anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the real fucking problem is that Matt Hancock, the health secretary, is clearly not following his own rules, because unless you were, in case you're unaware, we are still in the middle of a global pandemic where you're not supposed to be going anywhere near people you don't live with.
Shall we, under the duvet, shall we talk about...
Did you know my kryptonite is awkward men?
Why is that? Is it guilt?
Should we talk about some other horrible, horrible government bureaucrats who are fucking the country over?
Yes, please. Oh, fuck, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Ask yourself, what is the point of saying that?
Not in this economy.
Try harder, be better.
I haven't yet watched Fight Club. Here in the UK, obviously we have our Secretary of State for Healthcare in the UK, who was a man named Matt Hancock. And
he was named Matt
He was
Hancock.
He was named Matt Hancock.
Now he's called the love rat extraordinaire, supreme douchebag, king of the rats.
Yes, or as my dad puts it, Matt Mancock, as a joke in the car. And I was like, okay, Dad. And he was like, you can have it for your show. And I was like,
how gracious of him.
Thank you very much. So there you go, Dad. I have used the joke, Matt Mancock. So yes, as you can guess, it's a bit of a sex scandal. We love one of them here in the UK. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I feel like I'm skirting around the issue. Basically, Matt Hancock, our now former Secretary of State for Healthcare, was caught having an affair with his aide, a woman named Gina oh my God, I'm becoming that Sky Woman News who can't pronounce her name. Gina Coladangelo.
Yeah. Both of them very married. She is married to the founder of Oliver Bonus, which, like, if Oliver Bonus is where middle-aged white women buy earrings. It is.
And it's also where you buy your girlfriends a present when you're at the station and you
like lastfuckingminute.com / it's almost over relationship.org.
Yes.
Like, it's not. If you see an Oliver Bonus bag, divorce him.
Yeah. That's
it's
what
already
it means.
over.
It means he forgot and he picked it up at the train station. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's sometimes like a nice like makeup bag in an Oliver Bonus, or a nice like candle or a nice cushion that you could buy yourself while your train is delayed. Or it's the last reprieve of the empty-handed man who is on his way to
it's the like rich
birthday.
banker version of petrol station flowers is what it is.
Precisely. That is Oliver Bonus. And because there's a lot of people doing that, Oliver Bonus has got a shit ton of money. That's not his actual name. That's the name of the shop. What's his name again?
No, he's called Oliver, but the surname Bonus is because his girlfriend at the time when he started the company was Cressida Bonus's sister or cousin or something. Cressida Bonus, if you don't know, she's an actress now. She used to go out with Prince Harry.
Yeah. And she played Sheila in White House Farm in the ITV show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why it's called Oliver Bonus. It's because it's his ex-girlfriend's son.
It is. And so this Gina Coladangelo woman, our former Secretary of State's aide, she is married to the man that founded Oliver Bonus. And they are like multi-millionaire rich. They are like mega rich, the mega richos. And she knew Matt Hancock, who, like I said, Secretary of State, since they were at uni together at Oxford. And do
you know how they met?
They did like a student radio station together.
It's a meet cute. It's a nice story.
Ooh,
it's a nice story.
I hate you. And they had a little story about it where they were like, oh, I used Gina. This is my impression of Gina Coladangelo. I don't think I've ever heard her speak before. She's like, oh, I used to do the news and Matt used to do the sport. And I used to joke and be like, you only do the sport because you can't do the news. And I was like, oh, shut up. Is
that a joke?
No, I don't
know. Is that how a joke is constructed? I don't
apparently
know if it is.
Maybe if you're a super richo, You could just be like, blah, 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 and then everyone just laughs anyway because they're like,
well, everyone listens to you if you're super rich. That's why they're not that funny usually, because they haven't had to be
they haven't
rejected
tried
and crushed and traumatized, which is how people become funny, in my opinion.
Exactly. So that's Gina Coladangelo's story. Married to super richo Oliver, what's his face, and she knew Matt Hancock since uni. They were at Oxford together. Then she went on to become a lobbyist with the government, as one does. And then she was hired by Matt Hancock when he became Secretary of State for Healthcare, as an aide, firstly, as an unpaid aide, firstly. That's how rich she is. She can take jobs that are unpaid. And then she went on to become a non-executive director for the Department of Health and Social Care, run by Matt Hancock / Matt Mancock, last September. And she was being paid £15,000 of taxpayers' money for this job. Now, before everybody freaks out, a lot of people were like, that's not a lot of money for a job. Like, everyone's getting very up in arms about it. Guess how many days a non-executive director of the Department of Health and Social Care has to work for £15,000 a year?
It's like 3, isn't it? It's just like when you review the board once.
15 days. So £1,000 a day.
Ah, perfect. I mean,
bing bang.
Why fucking not? And like, to be honest, like a fucking penny of taxpayers' money is too much.
Yes.
Like, and guess who fucking Matt Hancock took to the G7 summit? Gina.
Was it Gina? Did they share a room to save on expenses? Fucking just trash. These people are trash. We should also clarify, they're both very married. Matt Hancock has been married for 15 years to Mrs. Martha Hancock. 15 years. They've got like multiple kids together. Don't want to drag the kids in, but they're there. And these two, guess what they were caught doing? This isn't just rumors. This isn't just speculation. This isn't just like an email that's been found out where they've been like sexting each other or whatever. Oh, no. We unfortunately have actual CCTV footage of this disgustingness. And honestly, we'll leave a link in the episode description below, only because like we don't have time or know how to like insert it into this bit here so you can watch it with us. We'll leave a link below. It's gross. Oh, I hate it. He basically like is in his ministerial offices, goes over to the door, opens the door, looks outside, and as somebody pointed out on Twitter, that angle really shows off his bald spot, then comes back in, turns round, and then just puts his arms out, and Gina just like falls into his arms, and then he grabs her ass and they just start making out. And I'm like, oh, you're so disgusting. And you need to see Matt Hancock to understand why it's so disgusting as well.
I'm upset. It's upset me.
It's upsetting. It's upsetting.
And just to, hammer her, like, this would be scandalous anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the real fucking problem is that Matt Hancock, the health secretary, is clearly not following his own rules, because unless you were, in case you're unaware, we are still in the middle of a global pandemic where you're not supposed to be going anywhere near people you don't live with. No. And that is what he is insisting the nation do. And, blitz spirit, we're all in it together, like blah, 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 blah. We're all in the same boat. No, we're not all in the same boat. Some people's boats have got holes in, and Matt Hancock is in a fucking super yacht with his mistress. Like, we're not in the same boat because the rules don't apply to you, Matt Hancock. So why the fuck should anyone else feel like they have to do it? Like, I feel like it, and, this has happened before. Obviously, Dominic Cummings was also breaking the rules during like the harshest part of lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually more angry with Matt Hancock because Dominic Cummings has never pretended to be a nice guy.
No. And
he's
also
never pretended to be a good guy.
Absolutely. And also not to be like breaking the rules is breaking the rules, all of that. Totally get it. And I am not here to fucking support Dominic Cummings, who is the biggest fucking
he's a
dark
triad,
psychopath, narcissistic, Machiavellian maniac ever to cross the threshold at number 10 Downing Street. And that's fucking saying something. And also, did you see when Matt Hancock did eventually resign, spoilers, he did eventually go, Dominic Cummings' first tweet was about Sajid Javid, who's now the new secretary for healthcare. And
which is scary for a whole fucking other reason.
That's a whole nother fucking terrifying boat filled with holes and crocodiles and electric eels. But Dominic Cummings' first tweet about that was, Sag back in cabinet or something, and he was like, this never would have happened if like he would never even have this position if I hadn't tricked the PM into sacking him in the first place. I was like, you are a maniac. I will get up the entire tweet before the end of this episode to read it out to you. If you guys haven't seen it, it reads like something off 4chan. It genuinely looks like a post by some random maniac on 4chan, but it's posted by the former senior key advisor to our current prime minister. It is crazy town. But sorry, to come back to this. So this video, the CCTV video of Matt Hancock and Gina Coladangelo getting off, like fucking hardcore. There's like Barry White playing in the background shit. There's no sound, but you can assume so.
You know someone's already superimposed it over the top.
Oh, there's
like,
so many. Have
quickly.
you seen the one where somebody's like put over like Alan Partridge? It's so funny. And they're like,
to be honest, like,
is this good? Are you enjoying this? Am I doing this right? And I'm like, oh my God, it's so
horrible. I think I've only actually watched the footage once, and after that I've just completely avoided it because it's made me feel so unwell.
I couldn't finish the Alan Partridge version. It's like the uncanny valley. I like couldn't. I was like, this is too real. And yeah, so this CCTV was shot on the 6th of May. During the 6th of May, intimate contact with individuals outside of your household was illegal. It wasn't allowed until the 17th of May, almost 2 weeks later. Fuck this fucking guy. Oh my God, you couldn't make it up. The level of hypocrisy, you couldn't make it up. He gave her a job funded by the taxpayer so he could keep her in his offices so that he could have an affair with her and cheat on his wife and on his children, and she could do the same. And we were fucking funding that while he was also breaking social distancing rules that he put in place. You couldn't make it up.
Yeah,
he's the health minister. What the fuck?
Yeah, and now he's been replaced with Sajid Javid, who is like the #1 privatise the NHS person, and he's now the fucking health secretary. So fucking see you later. At least we clapped for them on our doorsteps because they're gone now. Yeah, like this is the beginning of the end. Mark my words.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. It's really scary. It's really scary times. And you do have to think, like, obviously, how did this CCTV footage get leaked? It was shot on the 6th of May. It's now almost July. Somebody saw that at the time and kept hold of that CCTV footage until it would be beneficial to use. It's like some fucking Game of Thrones shit, right? And whoever's done it has done it to get rid of Matt Hancock. And you have to think, I know people like it's Carrie Symonds, the Prime Minister's wife, because apparently people are like saying it's her former boyfriend who's the one who leaked it. That's yet to be verified. It's also the backbenchers. They wanted to get rid of Matt Hancock because he was like, I don't know when we're going to lift restrictions.
Well, also, do you remember it was not 3 weeks ago the text message was found from Boris Johnson calling Matt Hancock absolutely fucking useless. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Boz himself.